Hey there, everyone. Thank you so much for tuning in for this week's midweek motivation. I wanted to start this week's segment off with the thought: some will push you forward, others will pull you back. Regardless of who's pushing or pulling, the strongest choose their own direction. Man, that spoke volumes. It takes a lot to push past people at times. People are always working to keep you defined of who it is that they would like for you to be. From passions that are poured into us from kids as a child to, influences that we receive throughout life. I've spent my last few years just going through my wide array of influences, making sure that I'm establishing firm connections and that I'm maintaining them. One of the hardest things that we have to do in life is sometimes let people go. Yes, letting go brings forth pain and discomfort, often that we're not ready or wanting to have to deal with. But what if letting go allows us to push and press forward so that we can get back on track again? It's possible, sometimes we just have to push. This week's topic was the power of the push. You're going to catch me looking at my notes every now and then because I want to make sure that I don't miss anything and that I stick to the time constraints. There were several definitions of push. However, the one that caught my eye was examining, to try to move beyond or expand. So how do we push? How do we expand? How do we grow? Well, I'll tell you, I'm no expert, but I will share my experience of things that I've had to do personally to push. Pushing for me helped to release me into purpose. And once you're pouring into purpose, it's like nothing even matters. You get the lesson and you keep on stepping. You don't worry about the fear of letting others and how they think or what they say or what they do dominate you, because that can paralyze you. It paralyzes you not to move past people. You are not opening yourself up to new relationships, connections, resources that will propel you for where it is that you're headed. And get you ready, once you know your purpose. People should hold no power in whether or not telling you whether or not you're going to get there. You should just believe in it. You should have just like an undeniable belief that it's going to happen. It's not if, it's when. So you've got to start, one, by challenging yourself and cleaning your house. We just talked about this last week. Being under construction, cleaning house, making sure that you're standing on a firm foundation. And we know that certain things in our life must be reconstructed to be rebuilt. Your season of being rebuilt is going to depend greatly on what you're surrounded by, what's influencing you, and so much more. I can remember, moving into my home after building it, closing it, contacting some of my friends and my loved ones that had done it before me. I'm sure they could hear the excitement in my voice as I explained every nook and cranny that was in the home. The plans and dreams that my husband and I had for it, and how this was something that just didn't seem you didn't see or you didn't dream about when I was growing up, when I was a child. I couldn't believe that it was happening for my family. And you talk about generation life changer, man. I was hype. So, when you're hyped, everybody might not be hyped for you, and for the ones that I told and I didn't get any enthusiasm, or maybe they didn't show it through their actions. However, their lack thereof, their actions, it was enough for me. I didn't get mad. I just pushed past them. I had to make it up in my mind. I wasn't going to dim my light to make others feel better, because we do that a lot of times. See, I know that I was called to let my light shine. Like many of you guys, our testimony is the things that we've been through, and sometimes when you pushing past people, you got to look crazy during the process doing it. They like, what you doing? What's she working on? Don't even worry about it. Just keep on pushing, because you've been given a gift to let your life shine. Many, we see now, just in the generation now, they're going on to achieve stuff that hasn't been done before. You're talking about, people, first generation college degree recipients, doctors, lawyers, activists, entrepreneurs, and so much more. Many have been the first to take the leap of faith and leave the nest and soar into some unknown places, and make their mark in this world. The bottom line is they had to push past some people. They had to push past some stuff. They had to push past some naysayers and a whole lot of no's. Everybody's story Everybody's story has some good and some bad parts. They had to get through some stuff to get where it was that they wanted to be. And people in general, I'm just being honest, without them even knowing it, they will still kill and destroy your dream if you let them, if you give them the power to. I'm telling you to push because it's going to be worth it. I've had to push through some stuff. I've had to push through some no's. I've had to push through some naysayers, some people that probably believe I didn't deserve to have what I had, or how did I get where I got. They weren't a part of the story when God was building certain things. So I don't worry about it. I just let my light shine. And when they want to know, I hope that my story can encourage them that you're not alone. The things that I'm doing, I don't have any superpower. I'm just doing it by the strength and the grace of God. If don't allow the opinions of others to get you that wrapped up. Get surrounded by some folks that's going to lift you, encourage you, keep you going, keep you pumped, tell you can do it. They got you and they mean it. We talked about those last week. Those are called our warranties. Remember, you're not your parents. You're not your aunts. You're not your uncles. You're not your cousins. You're not anyone else. You've been placed on this earth in this time, living in this season, to accomplish the unimaginable just as soon as you decide to push. Every generation does something a little bit different. They do a little bit more with the tools that they have. This is a generation that has like enormous amount of tools. And so, you've got to push. We're pushing for the legacies. We're pushing for the generation that's going to come behind us. And they're going to talk about the things that we did. So even if you got a little crazy doing it, just push. Continue to go after those things that you love, those things that are going to make you be your best version yet. Those things that will make others proud, and they'll want to hear your story, and they'll want you to shed your light, and hopefully they will be encouraged and motivated by it. Well, that's all for now. I hope that I thank you guys all so much again for joining me. Thank you. I appreciate it. I want you all to continue to be great, all while you're doing some amazing things through the process. Life's not easy, but life is life. And life is what you make it. It's the attitude that you wake up with for the day. It is the gratitude that you lie down with at night that propels you to continue going forward, to live a grateful life. So this has been your girl 7. I enjoyed speaking with you, and I will see you soon.